So let me pose all of you guys a question. Who of you enjoy failing? Now, if you, sir, answered, yeah, I enjoy failing, Rob, because that's probably the answer you're looking for, you're wrong. I don't want you to enjoy failing. I don't enjoy failing. Nobody should enjoy failing. I don't know where self-help guides tell you, oh, hey, failure should be good, you should embrace it. No, screw that. Failure should not be embraced. It drives me nuts when I read these books, these self-help books, and they say, you know, the businessman sets out to fail, and it's almost like, you know, shoot for the moon, you land amongst the stars. Yeah, with no oxygen. I don't like that sort of mentality. So I want to explain a little bit about what failure really is to like a business person, to, you know, a person trying to be successful in their life, and how to avoid that shit, because it's not fun. Nobody actually likes it, and you don't magically become a different person when you chant your business incantations and are totally hip to losing. So what is failure? Well, first of all, failure is when you fuck up. Straight and simple. You screw up, you were planning on something, you had a goal, you put all of your all of your effort into one attempt to fix it or to make it better, and it failed. It didn't work. Your best friend who knew somebody who was going to call that one dude fell through, he couldn't make it happen, he got sick. Whatever the case is, failure is when you have a goal and it didn't go as you planned. And that sucks. It's not fun. I'm not going to make it romanticize that, oh, yeah, let me tell you some stories about my failure. They really added character to me. No, they wasted my time. I don't want all that time wasted. I don't look at it and go, oh, geez, man, I can tell you some good stories about failure. No, I can tell you some good stories about some fun business like experiences, but failure, I don't want to do that again. I never want to do that again. In fact, I want to be perfect so I never fail. What's so magical about business people and failure and how to embrace it? Well, it's really simple, guys. You're in business, you have customers. Not all of your customers are going to like you, first of all. They're going to assume that because you smiled that you were shady or they heard from a friend wrong. People do weird things. So you are going to have people who don't like you. And I'm not talking personally. They just think they don't like you. Or you're charging $25 to diagnose their PC that gets applied towards your repair, and they're saying that that's too expensive. I need to eat too. Well, I need a Lamborghini too. But no, back when I first started the business, I would charge $25 for most of my repairs, and I'd have this little old lady, sweet as could be, I'd say, oh, it's $25 to diagnose it. That goes towards your repair. Oh, honey, that's way, oh my God. And they would go and take their computer. And they were upset with me. And how'd that make me feel? That sucked. I didn't enjoy that. I wasn't happy. I wasn't, oh, well, that makes my day better and I'm learning more as a person. No, I did not make money and I got like shut down in front of my face by blue-haired granny. That's not fun. That happens repeatedly on a very small scale. You know, every other day you have a customer who's like, well, how much would it be to build a new computer? Oh, okay, never mind. Even your friends, if they don't like the price, they're going to tell you. They're not going to spend their money with you. And you build up kind of this thick shell. It's kind of like a scar, but it's not negative. I'm not talking all emo like, oh, I need to cut myself because everybody hates me. No, you do the exact opposite. You're like, you know what? No big deal. I'll find another person to sell a computer to. And you do. You'll have tons of people, tons of options because there's tons of customers out there. And that's where kind of the moral, the first thing I want to tell you guys about failure is that failure is lessened when you have multiple avenues to accomplish the same thing. Let me use a couple personal examples on what failure actually is from a real world experience, no holds barred. I'll tell you the truth of what happened. And look at it this way. Okay, this guy's got a Lamborghini, 2 RX-7s, all that sort of bullcrap. But I also am 10 years older than when I started my business. 11 if you count months and whatnot. But 10 years. Any good person who's very intelligent, which I think I'm decently intelligent, but any good person looking forward in 10 years wouldn't say, well, in 10 years I want to barely be able to finance a Lamborghini and own 2 RX-7s. No, you want to be a billionaire. You want to be a Bill Gates. So what got from here to there? And those were setbacks, failures, things that didn't go as planned. For example, this is a cold hard, I can prove it with numbers, is I spent more than $1 million of my and my brother's company's money on trying to invent different projects. Literally, where did that money go? To employees' wages. Employees that were not producing any sort of billable work. I've got, a person fixes a computer, they bill, I pay them, and they make both of us money. But I had people working on these projects that were ideas, these crazy cool ideas. Consequently, by the way, some of those actually got put into Facebook. Not that Facebook stole anything from me, but they were made sense, and they make sense to a lot of people, and no surprise that other companies would find that. But there were a lot of reasons why I built this home run thing. I put a lot of time, a lot of people's time, a lot of money into this invention, this whole like community social thing, and it failed. I literally made $0 from it, and it still sucks. Actually, if you look at my channel on YouTube, Immersive, that was the name of the site, the technology that I made. Kind of a cool play on words, but that's all that I have to show for that $1 million. What could I have done with that money? Bought my Lamborghini in cash, bought an Aventador in cash, bought my house in cash. That kind of sucks. What did I get for $1 million? Oh, well, Rob, hey, pat on the back. You got world experience. No, I spent $1 million instead of somebody saying, hey, bro, before you spend any more money, here's what happened to me. Don't spend $1 million, put it into something else. I would have loved that advice before I got too crazy into it. And I hope that I catch, some of you guys before you start going down the wrong path saying, let's fact check our exact plan, our goal, because it might not be the right one. And there is no, there's no soul to business. There is no karma to business. That's one thing that you'll find really quick, again, with that thick shell, is that people don't go, oh, he lost $1 million in business, he deserves $1.2 million in business. No, people look for the best price, the best service, and if you're not that, you're out. That's it. There is no, IOUs or pay me backs. Get me next time, buddy. That doesn't happen. And that's another reason why failure becomes so commonplace to you, is that people aren't going to watch out for you like friends do. So how do you prevent failure? Well, be perfect. That's the simplest answer there. Now, for you guys, that's possible. Me, I'm already tainted. I'm not going to be perfect, so deal with it. So what else can you do? Well, practice, learn, experience. There's a book by Malcolm Gladwell. I think if not the other books he's written, was a New York Times bestseller called The Outliers. And what that really does, and it's kind of disheartening. I'll warn you guys that are, the entrepreneurial spirit, I'm one of a kind. You are. But I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of math behind the chance of you failing. Don't take that math as a diminishing your role in society. You are an individual. You're one of, you're 99% of 99%, look at it in a positive sense. But what happens is you need practice to be good. There is no doubt about it. I am naturally good at video games, but I've also played, 80 days? No, it was more than 80 days. It was 80 days on one character. But I've played a hell of a lot of time on World of Warcraft. And it ended up being, when I calculated it out, about 5,000 hours, which I wasn't the best at World of Warcraft, all jokes aside, but I was pretty damn good. I had half of that practice and time into that game. And, people looked at me and said, oh man, that guy knows how to play the game. And that was true. Whether I was actually good or not, I knew it. And I knew the inside out. I knew how to get things done quicker than other people. You get that rhythm that makes it look like you're natural. And that's what's important, is having enough time practicing, getting on the track, learning from the experts, practicing again, breaking parts, replacing them, swearing at the car, crying, blood is going everywhere, sweat, tears, because your damn transmission just leaked tons of oil on the floor and it's in the back of your hair and it feels nasty. All of that builds your character. Not failing, experiencing, practicing, moving forward. That builds character. Big difference. Quick question. FRS or BRZ? Scion and Subaru, I think. Whichever one. The BRZ is the Subaru Scion. Yeah. So, which one do you guys like more? And that's going to almost come down to a styling and pricing issue because they are built off of the same core frame. They're roughly the same price. They have the same boxer engine, kind of sideways low engine. What do you guys think? Those kind of seem like the new tuner have fun cars, and the rear-wheel drive, which I particularly enjoy. So, let me know, which one would you choose if you had to choose between the two?